In today's video, we're going to be going through some awesome things coming to Clash Royale in Season 27 and in the future updates of the game. Now, this is super exciting, obviously, because we've been given the go-ahead here from Supercell themselves to be allowed to show you guys a couple of bits of information early, which is super cool. Obviously, I've never had this opportunity before, so I just want to say thank you. This is insane for me, and I'm so psyched to be able to bring it to all you guys watching, so hopefully you guys are excited today. If you're new here, if you would like to support the channel, of course, make sure to chuck in code Diddy, but if you otherwise want to support me and you're free to play, of course, definitely make sure to subscribe down below as well if you'd like to support the channel. That way we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, which is incredible. Never thought we'd say it, but we're getting close, guys. We are actually getting very close. We're coming up on it. A couple months from now, hopefully we'll be able to hit that. We are going to be seeing an update for Clash Royale, but hear about that more later into the video. Now, we're also going to be going through some balance changes to be expected to come for this next season, which honestly, I'm so excited for. A new meta is what we all needed. I cannot stand playing ladder right now. I just get destroyed, and it's not because I'm a good player. Like, I'm not good, but it's just not fun when you lose. The best type of seasons are when you can lose to a skillful player and you still have respect for them. But I've been losing to Lumberjack, Balloon, Electro Giant, or you name it, Fire Spirit spamming, Electro Giant, the bridge, Golem, Clone. Like, it's been rough out there, boys, but you've made it. That is the important thing today. We've actually made it to a new set of balance changes. So we're going to get into that a little bit later into today's video. So if you're excited, obviously leave a like. We also have the new image of the arena coming soon with the next season. We can't release any season information, but you guys can see that arena picture. Check it out. Before we get into the balance changes or any of the juicy stuff, we also got to mention that the party modes have been changed, guys. There's going to be votes for which party modes you guys want to see. The party mode right here, obviously, I need some cards, so let's go ahead and grab some, but you're going to be able to vote on exactly which party mode you want to see, which I think is awesome because I don't like sweating on ladder too much. The ladder is great for a lot of people, but for me personally, I love having fun in the game playing these party modes. So the fact that we're going to be able to vote on the party modes that we want coming soon, that's going to be awesome for me. It's very similar to the, I'm not exactly sure on the number of you guys that were participating in these polls, but you could vote on basically which card you want boosted. They did common through legendary card rarity, and it was super cool. The community loved it. Clash Royale got a lot of awesome feedback from that, so they're planning on doing it now for party modes. I'm super psyched for this. I think this is an awesome change, and I'm very excited to vote on some party games. Alrighty, guys, these are the balance changes. We're getting straight into them now, and obviously they might have changed slightly, but for the most part, these are all going to be 100% what is coming in the September update. This one absolutely pains me to say because Tesla's actually been a very fun card for me to use. I've crushed with it on ladder for many obvious reasons because it is straight up way too strong of a building in a game. They're reducing Tesla's lifetime from 35 seconds to 30, guys. That is pretty significant. Whole 5 seconds. Not going to be as effective against Furnace, not going to be as effective against the Electro Giant. You can't as easily cycle two of them down, so that's going to be really interesting to see how that changes the meta. Card number 2, the guards are finally getting some love in the game. They're getting a damage buff of plus 10 damage, guys. They've grown from 90 to 100. That's pretty awesome. I'm really excited to actually see how this changes things because they do have those shields. Pretty essential, honestly, and that makes them really unique compared to the Spear Gobs. Obviously, they cannot get killed by that log. It's gonna be really cool to see if they can fit somewhere in this current meta. The Night Witch received a rework that will change how Golem is played. Check this out. When the Night Witch dies, those pesky bats that spawn, there's always 4 of them, they will not be a thing anymore. There is no more death spawn, which is awesome to see. However, since that would make her super weak if they just removed it and didn't buff her at all, they've added so the first bats are spawning after just 1 second of her being deployed, and the bats will spawn every 5 seconds instead of every 7 seconds. I actually really like that change because the Night Witch was one of those cards that was honestly really annoying in just Golem, so hopefully this minor rework will be cool and hopefully we'll see her in another type of deck. That'd be awesome, dude. The Mother Witch is receiving actually a pretty big nerf in my opinion, guys. She's going from 560 to 540 HP. Pretty significant. Obviously she'll do the same damage, she'll have the same range, but now arrows and log will kill her. So is that going to bring arrows and log in a major way back to the meta? That could be a possibility here. I'm really excited to see what this does. After seeing Fireball so dominant in the meta over the poison spell, they've decided to buff the poison spell here to slow down enemies in that poison cloud. That'll be a 15% minus troops movement in that poison cloud, which is really significant. I'm excited to see how this is going to change how cards move. Electro Giant is getting nerfed by minus 4 HP. That's interesting to me because, I mean, he's been a super strong card, obviously. Everyone is really annoyed by this Electro Giant, it seems. So is this enough? Will it be too much? Who knows? We'll have to find out. The Bomber's range is going from 5 to 4.5 because it was just too versatile, so it'll be a little bit more close range of a card. The Hunter, finally, of the first 8 is a really strong card, or at least used to be before its first attack speed got nerfed to the ground. So since the first attack speed will be 0.2 seconds faster, I'm actually interested to see if this will come back and maybe be in the Royal Giant decks now again, that'd be really interesting. This is one of the best changes in my opinion. I love myself some log bait. So the fact that Fire Spirit is getting a massive nerf is music to my ears, guys. I've been getting destroyed by this thing. People don't know what they're doing, but the Fire Spirit kills my whole army. It is clutch to have this nerf. Listen to this. The radius is going from 2,500 to 2,300. That's a pretty significant nerf. This also means it will not counter a Goblin Barrel. That is crazy to me. Tombstone buff, it will get one more skeleton once it dies. That's okay. I mean, you Tombstone players can keep doing that. Bomb Tower's getting a buff from 25 seconds of lifetime to 30, so it's actually gonna be the same as Tesla. Will that be interesting to see? For sure, guys, because although it doesn't do as much direct damage, it does have that splash damage help, so if you need some splash damage in your deck, Bomb Tower might be viable now. I'm a huge fan of this one because this is actually a really strong card that I definitely struggle with a lot. The Royal Giant, guys. It has a 0.2 second first hit speed nerf. This is essential because when that Royal Giant locks onto your tower, it seems like he's just constantly mowing you down. So the fact that he's a little bit slower on that first shot might prevent a lot of damage that you used to get from that Royal Giant. The Goblins here are actually getting a buff, which is really cool because one unit skeletons are certainly used way more than them as a little bit of a DPS card and cycle card. Now they're going to be spawning a little bit further away like barbs or skeletons, so you can easily surround units to get a lot more value out of them. So the Goblins will not get one shot as easily by, say, a Royal Ghost or something. I have to imagine. I don't know this for sure. Like I said, I'm speculating here. I have to imagine that would be a much easier way to deal with the Royal Ghost, whereas before they would all get one shot most likely if placed incorrectly. So this will be cool to see. Obviously, this new mechanic will certainly help against a lot of cards. The Snowball buff. So although the Fire Spirit got nerfed, so it will not counter a perfect Goblin Barrel, this Snowball can potentially counter an entire Goblin Barrel if placed correctly. That is music to my ears. Just kidding, it's not. I use log bait. But the Snowball, guys, it's only 2 elixir, so that is a positive elixir trade if you master that down. The pushback from the Snowball is going from 1,500 to 1,800. That is a massive increase. So the fact that the Goblins are going to be flying off the tower might mean you'll be able to put Snowball on your deck instead of, say, of Zap a log. Who knows? But it could certainly work. And finally, the last balance change that And finally, the last balance change that I'm aware of, hopefully I'm hitting them all, I'm pretty sure I am, but the Goblin Drill here, guys. As you can see, it is going to receive one less Goblin when it dies. So, that is actually pretty big, because, I mean, those Goblins, they can be very difficult to deal with, if not dealt with correctly. Obviously, you do so much damage, but there is a lot of answers to the Goblin Drill, so I think this will mean that Dark Prince and Valkyrie will still be solid in the meta, but they aren't going to be necessarily needed in every deck. There's many more options that can get the job done. Like we said, guys, the Fire Spirit might be able to get the job done here. The Goblins now will be able to around a lot of things. So it'll be really cool to see how all of these changes coming into the game will affect the meta, because it will have an effect. There is no question about it, guys. These cards are all changing. Think about that. A lot of these cards are seen in many matches, and even the ones that aren't, obviously, because they weren't once meta. For example, the Poison, guys. This card could be huge. This could be the brand new Fireball of the meta. I'm not sure, obviously. We're just speculating, but I'm super excited nonetheless of whatever happens. It's just good to have change. In my opinion, when the meta is changing, it's always a lot of fun to try and find new decks that work extremely well. You guys can 100% count on me for new updates, new content related to Clash Royale, and new best decks coming out when things like these change. So we're going to be searching for the top 5 best decks after the balance change is coming soon. Obviously, once they're actually in the game, we'll certainly be looking for them for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said, massive shout out to Supercell for making all this possible.
You're breathtaking.
So without further ado, guys, good luck on the new season. It's coming up soon, and like I said, if you'd like to support the channel, use code Diddy. But anyways, guys, have a great day. Master Diddy San, out.